Okay. Hello. Good, good afternoon, everyone. So, one of the guest speaker today. I'm Kenneth. I'm the head of sales for Tesla Hong Kong and Macau. So, as you know, I'm not an engineer, so I might not be the best person to answer your technical question. But I'm here today to share our Tesla story and also the technology as a consumer. So let's get started. So Tesla is a mission-driven company. Our mission is to accelerate the world transition to sustainable energies. That means we're trying to enhance our daily life without sacrificing future resources in making like a fully electric, zero-emission vehicles that could be powered by different kind of renewable energies. So how are we going to do that? Here's a master plan from Elon Musk, our CEO. We start with a low-volume roadster sport car. It's a very stylish, very good acceleration, very good-looking car. The reason why we want to start with a small production car because we believe that we need to change people's mindset about EV. Before we introduce Roadster, I believe most of you may think electric vehicle is something like a boxy, low performance, not fun to drive vehicles, something like an electric golf cart. So you might not want to get rid of your current car and to get an EV. And that's why we want to prove that EV could be fun to drive. And we also receive all the data that we got from, all we learned from the first generation Roadster to design and manufacture our second generation EV. We call it Model S and Model X. You might see some of those Model S and Model X in Hong Kong on the road already. Model S is a high-end sedan. Can sit 5 passengers, still with excellent accelerations, very good handlings. It's targeted to the mid to high level income customers. The reason why is that we want those people who are looking for the best product, best technologies, good accelerations that could outperform their current vehicles, their current ride, to be the early adapters. So we have get the revenue from selling these high-end vehicles to enable us to design and manufacture our mass production vehicle, the third generation EV we call the Model 3. Model 3 is a high volume compact sedan, size of like a Mercedes C-Class or BMW 3 Series. You also get the benefit of EV having very good handling, good accelerations, while we can sell, where we're the target price is around like 35,000 US. So we're trying to make it really affordable to everyone. So as you may see, so our master plan is to introduce a supercar that to prove that EV technology is good, and then we move to a second generation high-end sedan to prove that our technology is okay for everybody. And after that, we have the mass production Model 3 that most people can afford. Tesla is not going to make high-end vehicles sell only available for the wealthy families. We're trying to bring the price down to a level that most of the drivers can afford one. All right, let's talk about the history of Tesla. We founded in 2003. We are also in Silicon Valley, right next to Stanford University. We spent about 5 years to design and deliver our first Roadster in the US. We acquired the planned Tesla factory in 2010 from New United Motors, which is a joint factory by Toyota and General Motors. The factories can produce up to 500,000 cars a year, and that enable us to ramp up from Model S, Model X, and to our future Model 3. In 2012, we launched Model S in the US, and 2014, we announced a plan for Gigafactory. The reason why we need a Gigafactory, a battery factory, because according to our master plan, in order to build our Model 3, there's not going to be enough lithium-ion batteries in the world for us to build enough car for our customers. That's why we need to build our own factory. At the same time, Model S was launched in Asia. So last year, we also launched Model X, and Model 3 was unveiled about like 2 months ago. You might heard of that, like people lined up in our store, in front of our store to place a deposit. We got very good result, very good feedback. Uh, Over like 350,000 reservations received within the first week. Okay, today I'm going to talk more about on Model S. Model S is, we currently have a facelift for design for Model S with a new design, also some feature updates. Um, After full charge, Model S can go up to 460 kilometers, 0 to 100 in 3 seconds. So how fast is 3 seconds? Think about a Ferrari 458, a two-seater super sport car can accelerate from 0 to 100 in 3.4 seconds. And Model S rate about 2 tons, can sit up to 5 passengers with a lot of luggage spaces, and the car can still achieve to 100 kilometers per hour in 3 seconds due to the powertrain by motors. Motors can provide instant torque, uh, very good efficiency, and that brings us to, that gives us the performance of that. And also, other than performance, Model S also achieved very good safety rating from US and Euro crash tests due to the design of the chassis and the batteries. Um, the chassis and the batteries are located at the bottom of the car. Uh, it is at least 3 times stronger than any production sedan with the similar size in the market. Um, we also introduced HEPA filters, air filters, to our Model S and Model X. HEPA filter can filter out 99.97 pollutants and bacteria. And like my VP was joking during the Model X launch in China, if you're looking for a safe location to stay overnight, so probably you want to stay within a Model S or Model X because it really cleans up the air within the cabin and you don't have to worry about your health. And and there's also one thing that really makes Model S stand out is the technology over-the-air updates. Unlike other vehicles offered by other car manufacturers, um, once there's new updates for the Model S, we will send you the update over the air. Each vehicles are internet connected. So all you need to do is download it and update your firmware. And it could be done overnight and you have new features by the time you get up in the morning. Some of you might heard of autopilot that we have been talking about for the past couple months. Uh, at the very beginning, autopilot does not include the auto park features. So by the time we have that ready, all we need to do is send over the update to our customers. You don't even have to bring your car a service center to get an update. I'm going to show a video of what autopilot can do, and I will talk more about that after. Okay, so at the very beginning of the videos, you see like we are using a cell out from the parking garage. When the car goes on the highway, we switch on autopilot. The car follow the lane and stay within the lane. When you lead a lane change, all you need to do is just tap on the turn signal. The car will make a lane change. And by the time you get to your destination, it will look for a parking spaces and you park itself. So here's the dashboard of the Model S. So what you see is like the car is reading the road signs. You can tell it's 65 miles per hour is the speed limit. It can read the lane ahead of you, so the car will stay within the lane and follow the path. It can also detect the car in front of you, so you can keep a safe distance from it. You can also get a sensors to sense if there's any objects nearby your vehicles. So how are we going to do that? Uh, Autopilot now, like we included 12 ultrasonic sensors. The sensors detect nearby objects and vehicles. You can tell who's next and if there's anything next to your car. When you do a lane change, even though the car is in your blind spot, the car can tell if you're safe to do a lane change. Forward-facing camera, it sees the car in front of you and also it reads the lane marks, so it can tell the path in front of you and the car will follow the path. The camera now can even tell if there's a truck or sedan or motorcycle in front of you. Forward radars. The forward radar can detect front vehicles and objects distant from you and the car in front of you. So when you switch on the autopilot with the adaptive cruise control, you can set a distance from 1 to 7 vehicles. Um, your Model S will keep a safe distance from the car ahead of you. So let's say you're driving on the highway and someone cut in front of you and you don't have to do anything. The car will will stay away from the car in front of you to the set distance that you have set before. So once the car moves away, your car will resume to what you have set. So let's say you're setting like 2 cars away from the car in front of you. The car will catch up and stay 2 cars away from the car in front of you. So altogether, like autopilot with the front radar, front camera, ultra sensor, and the GPS, the car basically can tell where it is, if it's on the highway, on the city, any car nearby you, any objects, who's in front of you, is it safe to do a lane change altogether. So autopilot is not only to enhance driving experience, it also improves safety for you and for other drivers sharing the road. Unlike car auto manufacturers, like besides selling our product, we also provide charging solutions. There are 3 major charging solutions for Hong Kong and for Teslas. Um, we believe that home charging or office charging solution provide the best customer experience. All you need to do is like you install the wall connector. By the time you go home or you go back to your office, plug it in. The next time you get up, you get off work or you get up in the morning, you get a full charge Model S. It works very similar to your cell phone. So when you go home, what you do is like before you go to sleep, you plug it in. When you wake up in the morning, you get a full charge cell phone. But of course, we understand that like in Hong Kong, it might take some time to have your wall connector installed because most of us live in high rise. That's why we offer supercharger solution. Supercharger stations in Hong Kong are only like 15 to 20 minutes away from each others. It provides a peace of mind for our customers. What if you run out of batteries? You can always visit one of our supercharger locations to get a full charge within an hour. Unlike other countries like US or Europe, you may use supercharger to do long distance driving. Let's say you can drive from LA to New York only using supercharger only. But in Hong Kong, you can't go too far in Hong Kong. So that's why supercharger are more meant to providing a peace of mind. Solution we call the destination charging. Destination charging is very similar to home charging. We install our wall connectors in very convenient locations, such as hotels or shopping malls. Location that you would love to spend for a couple hours. Um, let's say you're going to IFCs and you go watch a movie. By the time you're done with the movie in 3 hours, you already topped up your Model S. So charging could be easier than you thought. There's different solution that should fit your need. There's also one thing that uh, Tesla, once you order a Tesla and you take delivery, you can download an app for your smartphone. So you can always monitor your Model S anytime, anywhere. For example, like what I said, you watch a movie at IFC, you can keep monitoring your Model S. You can tell how much time does it take to get a full charge. So by the time you finish half an hour, you can go have a cup of coffee before. Or you may also uh, start your car with the mobile app. Let's say you forgot your key at the office, but oh, you forgot your key. You can use the cell phone, activate your Model S, then you can drive home. With the of course you have to input your password. And maybe like sometime like today, very hot summer day, before you pick up your car, you can turn on your air conditioning, set the temperature to maybe like 16, 18 degrees for 5 to 10 minutes prior to the time to pick up your car. So by the time you get to your car, your cabin is already cooled down. You can very easy and very convenient to manage your Model S or Model X. Okay, like I said before, and all Tesla vehicles could have a over-the-air software update that consistently add new features and functionalities, like the autopilot that I talked about earlier today. Your Model S will get faster, smarter, and better as time passes. So unlike other like car vehicles, um, the technology within Tesla vehicle will not be obsoleted, because once we have the most recent update, we will send you the update and all our drivers can enjoy the new features. Okay, after talking about the features, let's talk about some like, since there's over 760% growth in EVs since the end of 2013. And Tesla started delivering in Model S in July 2014. So the majority numbers are Model S. There are over 5% new vehicle registered in 2000, and Model S was the best-selling sedan in 2015. So this is why Elon Musk was naming Hong Kong as the beacon city for electric vehicles. We will to other urban cities like New York, Tokyo, so we can introduce our EVs and to accelerate our technologies and to transport us to sustainable energies altogether. Oops. All right. So there are over like 90 million cars produced worldwide, and there's only like 0.2% are electric vehicles. So we are still at the very, very beginnings, and there's a lot of potential growth for EVs. That's why we need not only Tesla or other car manufacturers to join us to produce more EVs that are better and better in handling, better in locking, better in acceleration than all other or combustion engine cars now are now available in our world. So at the end, I want to share another video with you that we're prepared for Elon Musk visit earlier this year. We invite some of our customers to share the story of driving an electric vehicle in Hong Kong. So I hope you enjoyed it.
I think Hong Kong is the perfect city for electric vehicles. It's that sense of movement, that sense of dynamism.
The Hong Kong people, they want to go everywhere fast.
Tesla's really taking off.
It just makes sense.
The number of Teslas on the street I've seen are just, double, triple.
Now, I mean, you see easily a dozen Teslas on the roads every single day. When I stop thinking about the car afterwards, it's a combination of the practicality of it, the performance, all the cutting-edge technology inside the vehicle.
5-person family. Every day I feel comfortable with them strapped in the back of that car. It's one of the safest cars on the road today, if not the safest.
I decided to buy a Tesla 2 seconds after test drive. The moment you put your foot on the pedal, it has the performance of a very good sports car. I drive it everywhere.
Tesla has installed superchargers in all the most convenient locations so people can charge while they're out shopping.
I love it when you have this Tesla only sign. You don't have to worry about running out of battery.
Hong Kong, there's no reason it cannot convert 100% to electric transportation.
We do want to reduce the carbon footprint, especially here in Hong Kong.
We need to preserve the air quality.
And really where electric cars and Tesla can help is with that roadside pollution.
Driving a Tesla, it's entirely quiet and there are just no emissions.
It's so smooth and so quiet.
You're almost in your own little bubble when you're inside the car, amidst all of this noise around you.
All right, so we love the videos and hope you enjoyed it. So this is pretty much it for my talk today. And if you have any questions.
Well, we heard all about there. What about the downsides, like the battery? What is the life of the battery?
Okay.
And how much it will cost to replace it?
Okay. First of all the batteries are warranty for 8 years, unlimited kilometers. So we don't have a set price yet because like the cost for battery reducing year by year. But by our researching, I'm currently driving a Roadster like over like 5 years old, over 70,000 kilometers. The battery capacity only dropped a little bit less than 10%. So it's very promising, and you need to replace a battery during the lifetime of the car.
So what is the expected lifetime of the car?
I would say very clearly, like after like 10 to 12 years, the battery might degrade up to 30%. In the US or in Europe, the range drop might affect your daily life, but it's very special in Hong Kong. Even though the battery range reduced by 30%, like I said, we can achieve over 400 kilometers of range. With the 30% deduction, you still can go over 300 kilometers a day. So I believe most private users could be good enough for most private users.
Well, in terms of life, you are right about, you may be right, but you just say, you guess it, right? You don't know yet.
It's done by research. It's done by our company research.
You have data for that?
We do, but we can share that.
You cannot share that. Why?
It's done by like we keep recharging and draining out the batteries and doing a lab test. So Tesla, like we start delivering to the Model S in 2012. So we don't even have 10 years yet.
No, one of the most concerning thing about this battery is they cost a lot. Even they're dropping, the cost is dropping.
Okay.
And the second thing is, as far as I know, the batteries are mounted to the chassis of the car. When you replace it, you probably have to replace the whole car. Is that right?
No. Basically, like how it works is like we have a chassis and the battery pack. They join together to make a very solid chassis. Basically, the I don't have my cell phone with me, but like, okay, chassis, the batteries. Once you need to replace the battery, you can just drop it off, and you can open the batteries. There are 60 modules of batteries. Each module holds like around 400 different cells. So basically, you can replace it, you can repair it. You don't even have to replace the whole batteries. Unlike our other car company, they're using like different type of battery. We're using 18650 batteries. So it could be replaced and repaired.
So there's another question at the back.
I think I talk more about the internet developer things. First of all, I note that you can download program or something like that on the web, and it got its own internet address or something like that to do it, I guess. And what is the security measure? Of course, you have some security measure against it. Could we download during driving, or could we remote control a car or something, which is something which I think probably you can have a whole lecture about it. But how to get it safe, that part, which is something where we are. The second part is about the developer part, which is internet developer semester. The developer part, I'm part of my interest in machine learning. Part of the thing you do about autopilot. I'm not going to in depth of that, but there's two types of programming. I understand that one kind of programming is where you decide rules and you are basically accountable what is going on in the systems, like using old days AI, Nipsey, those type is my old age reflected. The other new one is neural network, where you don't actually know what's going on in the systems. Is that what you're going to use in your autopiloting? I think probably Google is doing that as well. How could you guarantee that part, or not kind of guarantee, how can you debug it? How can you make sure it's actually accountable even for what is going on when the road is driving? You know, that's something which I think based on the last couple of years, I listened to it. It's very worrying about that part. Sorry, I think very negative. First one is about security. Second part is about the machine language learning. Probably, you know, just my opinion. What is your?
Okay, I try to answer the question, but like I said, I'm not an engineer. So what we need to do to download is like, we don't recommend you using your vehicles. You have to park your vehicle when you download it. And the time that takes to update your vehicle, it depends on the features. If you get more features to update, then we may take hour and a half. If for a short update, by like 30 minutes, but you're not supposed to move your vehicle. Your system might hang up if you do that. Security, let me put it this way. Like we in Silicon Valley, we invite all engineers to try to hack into our vehicles. So we proved that no one can hack into our system remotely. So there's one case that's an engineer inside a car. They can do some changes to our minor changes to our interface, but like we keep inviting everyone to try to do that to break into the system, but there's no successful case. Second question is autopilot. Of course, like you might heard of, like when we first launched in Hong Kong, there's a reported autopilot might not be safe for Hong Kong, and that's why we have to take it off for a couple months. We tried very hard to deal with transport department, to talk to them and to show them what it can do. Autopilot is like I said, you know, there's internet connectivity for each Model S. Each time when you drive in Hong Kong, we will send the data back to HQ. So we're collecting millions of data. That says, like, let's say I'm driving on the East Corridor today, and when the car was not following the path very smoothly, there will be a record. And next time you're driving through the same route, the car will improve itself. So basically, autopilot can get self-improved over time. I hope I can answer your question, but is that okay?
Are there any other questions?
Hello. I'm planning to buy a Tesla, but I refused because if I need to charge it, I have to go to the nearest shopping mall, which is Festival Walk. I live near to Kowloon Tong. Is there any scheme or promotions in Tesla that to penetrate all the apartments in Hong Kong so that for people like us, we don't have to drive the Tesla out to a mall, but we can just park it in our apartment, and it will be fully charged when we wake up and go to work. Thank you.
Yeah, this is a great question. So like I said earlier today, the home charging is the best solution for everyone. So more convenience. Everyone spend like at least 8-10 hours every night at home, so you can get a top up easily. But one thing is like we are not allowed to make every single management office to install wall connectors. But I can see that improve year by year. I'm with Tesla for almost 6 years. In the very first 2 years, we talk to each management office, they will say no. So electric vehicle is not going to be popular. We don't need it. We don't want you to install anything in our parking lot. But we'll see that improving time over time. We have a charging team that we can go talk to your management office to tell them what exactly how we do it, and if they have any concerns, I'm pretty confident that we can answer the questions. And that's why of course, we don't want you to go to like, oh, I have to go visit a shopping mall to get my car charged up. But there's also some customer that very love this offer because it's free of charge. So if you go to a shopping mall and spending like 400, like first of all, you can spend $600 and you get free parking, right? So you can get free parking and free charging at the same time. So I think we look for all kind of charging solutions that fit our customers. But of course, like in your case, I think this is the most major job that we need to focus on, is to make sure every apartment block could install chargings. And we're currently offering subsidies, like $10,000 to your apartment buildings. If they're okay to install, they're approved to install your wall connectors, we can subsidies for 10,000 Hong Kong.
So thank you very much. Are there any other questions? Okay, so thank you, Mr.
Thank
Low.
you.